We're going to let that do its thing. We're going to go to Facebook. See if we're going to try that one again. Yeah, we'll try it again. I know some people on Facebook. So we'll touch base with some people on Facebook. Live on Facebook. It's me again. Tom. So, I don't know. So live on YouTube and going live right now on my Tommy Cowell's Facebook page, the one that they allowed me back onto. Thank you, Facebook. See you, Richard. Then we're going to this that I'm trying to accomplish, like going live on Facebook. Okay. So right there, I'm gonna throw on the Yeti microphone. Make sure that that's on. It is not connected to this G11 camera. It looks like my battery's low on my main footage, so that could be a problem. So I may have to go to my secondary device over there. But let's see how long this lasts. Oh, so what are we going to say about this? We're going to title it for sure, and it's going to be called Bare Bones Media. And we're going to work on this page a little bit too throughout the course of the day, because I think what I want to do is have a little bit of say in my media today. So I hope it resonates with others. I play to this camera over here only because I know it's dying. And before it dies, I want to take over all media, because the people that are running the media do not know how to run media. They don't know partial opinions and objective reasoning, and they don't understand that media, news, and when it's like beneficial to everybody, it means that nobody's winning all the time, right? We're just presenting the facts. Here they are. So this needs to be fixed. We know this, right? Just shining a little light, covering the stories that actually fucking matter, and not having preconceived ideas, but really chewing on it a little bit and sharing our opinions. You know, that's important. To some degree, some people need to shut the fuck up, because all they want to do is fight. I'm not into fighting, but I am into figuring out what it is and how we're going to get there, whatever we're talking about at that particular time. What is Tiz? I'm a whiz. He's a whiz. Who is this guy? Thinking he can come on my Facebook page and say anything he wants. Yeah, he can. Why can't he? He's a whiz. It's obvious. So then we're joined by this guy, and I'm sure they're guys, like, because I believe my audience is predominantly male, because for whatever reason, I don't know. What is that reason? But I got a lot of people like on Facebook as well, and they listen, and I got a frowny face here, and I want to know why that frowny face. Why was there a frown? Who gave me that? Like, why would you go out of your way and I'm really mad here, so I'm gonna give you a frowny face. Or like, are you giving me a frown, or is it something like you agree with that I was saying that makes you kind of I'm a frowny face now? If that's what it is, then well, I don't even know where to place that because. But thanks for the comments. Why are you live? Why are you alive? Why am I alive? Why am I alive? Well, that remains to be seen. And is there a real purpose? Maybe. Why are you live? Why am I live? That's a good question, too. Why would I go live when I can actually just tape it and then, I don't know, put it on like another time and just say it's live and just pick my best moments? No. So, why are you live or why are you live? They're two completely different questions, but I'll answer both of them given time. What's the time? It's 10:20 a.m. here, Pacific Standard Time, Canada. I live in British Columbia, Canada. But like it's a different time where you are, so does it matter what time it is anymore? Like in as far as it matters that maybe possibly I need to be somewhere at a certain time because there's a fucking lineup or something like that, like at a doctor's office where they take my time. They don't. I give my time to them to wait for them to make more money. Anyways, time keeps on ticking. Doctors are lazy in general, most. And I think the ones that would agree with me are the ones that are progressive doctors that understand that there's a heck of a lot more to learn and to keep up with and to rely on other people and their expertise because they have a wealth of knowledge that if they don't take advantage of, then well, you're not doing your job right. So doctors think that they know what they're doing or that the system in place is doing just fine and dandy and prescribe all their medications and whatever. So here we are. Bare Bones Media. What do you think? What do you think about that G11 camera that's almost dead right now because the battery is going and I can only charge it by taking the battery out and unplugging it. So we will see you soon somewhere live. And it is live, okay? Like it's not like I've taken the best material of mine and said, "Hey, guys, look at my best." Because it's obvious. Come on, my best? When I'm at my best, do you know how good I am? So I give you my middle. This is my middle. Do you like this? This is middle. Hey, YouTube. How's it going? Facebook. I'm getting a lot of Persian people, which is great. I think Persians are awesome. And I know how to speak Farsi fluently now with the help of Google. Google Translate allows me to speak Farsi, but just remember they're thinking a little backwards when they write. So Remember who you're dealing with. You know, everybody's different. They're the opposite side of your fucking coin. So give these guys a talk to. You might learn something about your fucking selves and learn something about them as well. So I wonder why we're here right now. Wonder what's going on, like exactly. I'm like 10 minutes in on YouTube. Like I'm 13 minutes and some change on G11 camera and maybe a little less on Facebook, but it doesn't matter. Coming to you live from the Riverside Starbucks in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. And this is Bare Bones Media. What we do here is basically just kind of tell it like it is, you know, like we're trying to experience truth and how that all operates and how that moves through space and time and how different it is today as opposed to what it was like even yesterday. So how could you think that you can run things like they were run 40, 50 years ago or even 20? So truth, media has not been doing a great job on this particular front. And I just want to say that there are a few that stand out that are, and PBS seems like they want to experience whatever it is the truth is. So that's interesting. So I've been watching PBS. I'm watching a little bit of the BBC, but there's still slants, and you know, you take the good with the bad, even on CNN or Fox for that fucking matter, which is very hard to choose from because their pool is getting smaller and smaller of any opinions that seem reasonable, so that we can all just kind of digest everything and then, you know, puke out the best idea in the end. You know, that's what we do, right? So give us an opportunity. So Bare Bones Media, this is what this is about. Do you feel like you're getting fair coverage on all the things that you think about on a continual basis? Do you feel like the average Canadian, like you, because I am not. I'm the Prime Minister of Canada, for God's sake, you know, like. Okay, yeah, that's hilarious, Tom. Okay, when are you gonna stop playing that part? I'm not gonna stop playing it. Once the Prime Minister of Canada, always the Prime Minister of Canada. So regardless, 16 minutes in, 29 seconds on G11 camera, live on Facebook and YouTube at the Riverside Starbucks in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. And this is my best stuff. So welcome to highlights of the very best of what I do. And I'd like to always put my best foot forward and present to you, Bear. We just sit, talk. You know, sometimes people actually talk to me, and it's really weird because, like, what the fuck do I have to say, right? Well, as it happens, I have a lot to say. And currently, I am speaking to my friends on the other side of the planet, and their English is pretty good. So watch out. Here they come. These are my friends, I believe. Except for this guy who gave me a frowny face. Like, what the hell? I want to know what that's all about. Why are we so angry? We don't have to be angry anymore, right? Like, seriously, fucking get that frown off your face. You can keep it up. I don't care. Like, you express yourself as you will. This is this is right from the Prime Minister's mouth, and he gave us kind of a heads up that it's basically do whatever you want day today. So you heard it here on Bare Bones Media, and maybe the Prime Minister will come out and just have a few words with the audience. Would you mind? Thank you. He's so accommodating. Here's the Prime Minister of Canada, Tom Cowell, speaking live to you at the Riverside Starbucks in British Columbia, Canada. Hi there. I'm the Prime Minister of Canada, Tom Cowell, speaking to you live from the Riverside Starbucks in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you very much for coming out. And thank you for allowing me to lord over you. It's been easy. I don't really have to do anything except take. So that requires effort for sure. Sure, I'll take back credit. I take a lot and I don't give very much back as the Prime Minister of Canada. And why the fuck would I? You let me do it. If you only knew that if everybody just said, well, I'm not paying any more taxes, so I don't buy into your system anymore. What, are they going to put you in jail? How many are there? There's only a few of them. So, Bare Bones Media. Thank you for, on behalf of all of us, all the staff here at Bare Bones Media, we would like to thank you, Prime Minister, for taking the time and sharing with us exactly what it is that's on your schedule and your agenda today. Basically, what I hear is that you're just kind of raping us from behind. So that's what I feel. And it's not the nicest feeling at all. So Bare Bones Media, maybe a little edgy, I'm thinking. That Prime Minister seems like a douchebag. Like even the host seems like he thinks he knows it all, and that's not a great combination. I don't want somebody up there telling me that he knows everything. Why did Facebook go down? Facebook went down. Can someone get Facebook up? No one? I'm the only one that can do it? Fair. Facebook went down. Don't worry, I got it. It's under control. Stay on point. Bare Bones Media. Always live. Always. Well, as much as how much can one person title broadcast? Sure. Bare Bones Media. So that's like all media. Like that's film too. Like that's not just boring fucking news. It's not like always just talk radio shit. You know, it's more. Going live. 3, 2, 1. So, hey there, Facebook. This is Bare Bones Media coming to you live 24 hours on 24 hours a day. So, fuck you. We could do this too. Like, it's not like we can't always be live all the time. Like, I got friends that can do this. It's like if I do an hour and I got another friend who does another hour, that's 2 hours. I just did the math on that, and that doubled, man. So that's my idea. Bare Bones Media. Would anybody like to, I don't know, go live on this platform or your platform, or would you like me to come on your platform and I can do something for you? Like, I don't really require very much except for a bed, like a comfortable bed to sleep in, something nice, and some food. And like, I'll find spending money somewhere. I'll find something. I'll come. Okay, if you don't have any place for me to sleep, wherever you sleep, I sleep. There you go. Trade. This is what we do from now on. We just trade. You might not have much. I might not have much. Let's see what we can do. Deal? Anybody? No takers yet, eh? It's a good deal for everybody. Getting in at the bottom level of a... Like, I just came back from Belarus, and I can't keep that lie up. I don't even know where Belarus is. I didn't come back from anywhere. I have no money. What the fuck? But I have acquired a lot of staff. So I don't have staff. I don't have anybody who wants to work with me. Nobody yet. I know I got a few people, actually. There's a few people that are working with me. So you pick them one by one, and what? All of a sudden you own the media? Call it whatever you want. So that's just a thought. And then we can, like, maybe not be so fucking serious. And then if we need to be serious, then we are serious, and we talk about the issues that need to be talked about. Like, pick one. Pick any environmental, any political, any religious, any war relate, any problem, any issue, abortion, whatever. What do you want to fix? What do you really want to understand? How much does it matter that there is like a 50-50 split? Or, you know, do the majority win in these situations? Or is it not that simple? So, Bare Bones Media, let's present the facts, like, as is. Well, here's Trump at a rally. My cannon went down. Charge the battery pack. It's very direct. It always tells me what I need to do. So I'm going to do this. Because if I don't do this, I can't keep up with my schedule. It's coffee break. Everybody could take Take 10. Take 10. Take 10. 10 hours. Take 10 hours. Not everybody left. Take like. All right, come back in 10 minutes. Come back in 10. I got a coffee.
Okay, well, this is the last one. Well, half of them will set up on here, and then, or whatever, and then, we already saw it there. We'll figure it out, yeah. I was gonna say, no sugar, no alcohol, So he said, I
Do 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 do. All right. So I'm back. So instead of going through all that footage I have on that G11 camera, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to publish it wherever, regardless, because it's live. And it's just another way of looking at it. So I'm going to do that sometime. What's my talent? What's my talent? I can moonwalk. I can ride a unicycle. I'm not so bad on a tightrope. I can juggle more than 2 balls at one time in various patterns. I am proficient in all language with the help of Google. I am super smart when it comes to things that don't matter to anyone else. And quite honestly, I'm probably one of the most truthful people I know. It's true. That's true. So there's that. You know, in some countries, they call me tell it like it is, Tom. That's what they call. Some people call me that. Me too. No, nobody calls me this. It's a lovely day out today. I might go for a walk. And I might. It's possible. Most likely not. But it's possible. Chances are history has proven that it most likely will not happen. But whatever I desire comes true. And that is true. So I got to desire it first, right? Maybe I just don't want it. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, you know? I don't even know what that means. Put that in your pipe. We should bring back the pipe. I got a guy that will make me a hand-crafted corncob pipe. And I've secured the rights to these pipes that he makes, that he can make really quickly. $10 a piece. He's going to make $10. I'm going to sell them for 20. That's right. I'm going to make a lot of money on these corncob pipes. I'm already into it for $20. He should have 2 of them ready for me for pickup. So there's that idea. So put that corncob pipe in your corncob pipe and smoke it. You know? Take that gem of an idea and run with it. You like? It's a good idea. Price and sell for double. Buy for one price. Everybody wins. $10. It took him like 10 minutes to make. He's making like $1 a minute. He's good. He deserves it. Good idea. So I'm selling for 20. Or I'll just trade them all because now I don't have any money and I don't really need money. So I trade. Oh, I got. And then Facebook goes down. What the fuck with that? It's just getting good. I was coming up with some good stuff there. It doesn't seem like you're trying to reconnect Facebook. It seems like I got to start from scratch once again. Don't know what happened there. But we start again. Or we go to Instagram. We'll go to Instagram next. That's what we'll do. So yeah, I guess we're done. Facebook. We're almost done. We're gonna go live one more time. Bare Bones Media. There. Bear with me. if there's anyone there live. Bare Bones Media. On my Yeti microphone. Going live. 3, 2, 1. Gonna go live on Instagram now. Because, well, she's beautiful. Is she not the most beautiful girl in the world? Tell her I'm sorry. Sorry for Facebook. I don't know what happened. All my Facebook friends. But Facebook seems to be cutting out all the time. Now, I don't know why, because YouTube didn't cut out on me. So now I'm going to go to Instagram and see if, well, first I have to get some internet on my phone that is completely cracked. And I think well, there's definitely a crack right down the fucking eye of the camera. But it's good effect. That's my effect. So, hey there, Michelle and Kristen and everybody else on YouTube and all these potential people that we get here as well. We get what we get when we get it. And so I'm hooked up to Wi-Fi and I'm going live on this thing called Instagram. Shortly. So we're talking about taking over the media. And I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Doing very, very well. Like, I don't know what well means to you, but well is I'm content in the knowledge that it can't get worse. Can it? Hello? 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 So I'm doing okay. Going live on Instagram. All questions are all questions will be answered in due course. I can't see any comments on this. Well, there's nobody on YouTube. So the comments wouldn't be there, but we got a couple comments on there, and we're going live right now on Instagram. In 3, 2, 1, done. Oh, look at that. We're live on Instagram. So we've replaced the G11 camera with my cracked iPhone. And so we're going to do this a little differently. Hey there, Greg Jackson. Waving. Done. Next. Who else? Who wants to wave? Who wants to wave? Anybody want to wave? I'll fucking wave at you. I'll wave. I'll like. What you want me to do? You want me to share your stuff? You want me to share? Okay, I'll share it. Can you share something of mine somewhere down the line? I don't care when. Somewhere down the line. When I come up with something good, when you think that I've done something actually relatively pleasing, like then you can share it. Until then, but I'll share your stuff. I don't care what kind of shit it is. Well, I do it in some, like if you're killing like puppies, okay, so that I'm not sharing this. I won't be sharing that. Okay, that's something that I will not be sharing. If that's okay. Because I'm not into that. Because I like puppies. Right? So there are limits. You know what I'm saying? There are limits. Even with Instagram thinks it's got like this kind of monopoly on being radical. But Facebook is, they can be they can't. You're right. But Instagram, you're not that young anymore either, so fuck you. And YouTube, you've been around for a long time, haven't you? Just been waiting in the background. Now who's profiting? Well, people who got in there the quickest, I guess. But man, it's hard to get in there now, huh? Oh boy. Hi, YouTube. Hi, 1 or 2 subscribers. But Facebook, man, do I ever have some traction on Facebook. But does it really matter? I got Greg. He's on Instagram, and me and Greg, we're going to take over the entire media. So welcome to Bare Bones Media. Okay, so this is a subsidiary of Bare Bones Theater, but it's a serious venture. It's like, all right, everybody else is giving their opinions, and I think, okay, all right, Hannity, I'll listen for, I'll give you another 10 minutes of my time, but you're going to listen to 10 minutes of my personal experience and way of looking at it from a reasonable point of view. So you got to give me at least 10 minutes. Okay. I'll listen to you. Here's the deal. I'll listen to you for 10 minutes and you give me 1. How about that? Because I think I can cut right to the root of every fucking problem there is out there. I really do believe I can do this. I'm a genius. I'm a wizard when it comes to these things. Holy cow. I'm also surprisingly good at math now. How did that happen? You know, math's really simple, right? So if you just kind of simplify it, then you get down to the nitty gritty or the bare bones of it, then you know what? Everything's kind of simple after that. Because you know that nobody really knows, but the truth is constant, and you just gotta report what it is that you see every day. And then you put it in your own words, and then maybe hopefully somebody else listens to it. And if you put some effort into this, maybe you'll have like 8 people listening to you as opposed to no people, right? Maybe they're people that don't know your language, but that are trying to learn the language so that they can be better equipped to be a part of this frenzy we call life that we're living right now. It can all be easier. We can all not work so much. Or at least we can all just be doing the things that we want to be doing all the time. Because that's how the universe works, and that's how we thrive. So what else is there to say, right, really, about Bare Bones Media? Well, Bare Bones Media, like, listen, I had a really good teacher say, you know what? He went a little above and beyond. Okay? Yeah, sure, he stuck his foot out when he was in the front of the toboggan, and I was in the back, and there were 3 people in the middle, and then it went flying through the air, and I went whipping off, and I took down a tree with my leg, and I've never been the same since. But this guy taught us about media. This guy, Mr. Jack, he had us for 3 years. He taught us a lot more about music and media and all the things that were at our fingertips at that time. And he really had his finger on the pulse of it, and then allowed us to just experience and present it in whatever, in our own words too, and the way we presented information, because it was very important for him that we recognized that we were all an integral part of the community, but at the same time, we're all so very, very different. So, Bare Bones Media. I had a good guide in grade 6 to grade 8. And I think it's a pretty good system to work off of, just based on being impartial, listening more, working with reasonable people, reasonable in that they are able to communicate their ideas without arguing, let's say. So the unreasonable would have to take a back seat. And that's fine, because most unreasonable people don't want to engage you in public anyways. Because this is where it would all be done, right? In public. Everything's in public. So, got Greg here, got Kristen, Michelle, Shar Khan, and I don't know how to pronounce your name, and Mohammed, and got a few other people here. So, well, today, right now, we got a team of people working on certain things. Well, you know what you're working on. I have no clue. In fact, I don't think I really even know, with the exception of Michelle Knapp, because I've talked with her quite a bit. Greg. Who's this Greg Jackson fella? Unless you're operating under a different name. Kristen, maybe. Kristen. Share. Maybe more than I know. Anyways, I know some people better than I know other people. Well, that's reasonable, right? Every success that we have is based on the previous unsuccessful attempts. Well, all right. Where did news go wrong, or where did media go wrong when did that all fall off the rails? Well, it's when they started being bought by companies and having to work for companies or governments or what have you. So, like, you have a station like, maybe as far as I can see, PBS is not owned by anything. They're just operating on, it's like, hey, if you want the truth, like, we'll tell it, but this is our take, PBS, we're not owned by anyone, even your donations, So maybe more of our time and energy, and if we're going to keep it, in circulation, money should go to these people that are putting the truth out, right? So then maybe we can be a part of that as well. Like, it's not like we got to throw the whole baby out with the bathwater, I've used this analogy before and it went sideways. But seriously, some babies, all they do is whine and complain all the time, and you wonder, maybe it is time for another baby. No, that's never happened. Maybe I'm that baby, That's like even closer to the truth. Maybe I'm that baby with that fucking blue bugger that barely survived. Now look at him. He's so healthy. And he's sharp. He's sharp as a tack, that guy. Oh yeah, see? Well, he's been around a long time, see? I got 13% on my battery on my computer, so I think that's probably important to plug in. I'll also plug in my iPhone. Coming to you live from Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and I'm gonna download some G11 footage. Something from my personal file. Don't know where I'm going to download it, whether it's going to be Facebook or YouTube. I haven't really chosen yet, but it seems like maybe Facebook might be the place because, well, quite honestly, YouTube, I'm hearing crickets over there. It's like, what do I have to do? Do I really have to give you money? Do I have to give you money? How about I just give you content? Can I just give you content and then you put the content out there and stop charging the artists to do this? Because I'm an artist, right? I'm an artist, right? Okay, what am I? What am I then? Prime Minister of Canada, right? Yeah, I'm the Prime Minister of Canada, for God's sake. On the media now. We are the media. Me, you, everybody who wants to post. Anytime they can post. Post their media. I'll make sure it's open, and if it's not, tell me. If I don't have an open platform where everybody can post their stuff on my personal pages, on YouTube, on all my pages that I operate, and my personal page on Facebook and on Instagram. What are we doing here? Oh, we got to plug this in. That's right. Dear God, we almost missed our opportunity there. Sun's still out. I'm going to get the rest of the sun today. That's what I know. So, coming to you live from Riverside Starbucks in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. My name's Tom Cowles, and this is Bare Bones Media. Not to be confused with Bare Bones Politics, Bare Bones Religion, or Bare Bones Theater. However, they are related. So, media. Here we go again. All right, put it this way. CNN, Fox. If we had to start from scratch, just take those two out of the equation. Let's just take them both out. Okay. We don't have to take all the reporters out, right? We'll take the best, the most objective reporters that they have. Okay. My first pick. Okay, I pick. Even I don't know if he's just smarter than me, or like maybe he's playing this meta game that I don't understand. But I think I'm gonna pick Cuomo. I'll pick Chris Cuomo. No. Before Cuomo, I'm gonna pick Fareed whatever the fuck your name is. Zakard. Fareed Zakard. Zakari. Zakard. Fareed. I'm gonna take Fareed. Okay? Out of all the like CNN. And then oh god, you're gonna make me pick from I'm having a hard time. I just give me a second, and I will pick. I'll pick someone. I'll pick someone really smart. I'll pick that fucking kid. What's his name? I'll pick him. The kid. I'll take the kid. The wicked smart kid that writes books, and now he talks for a living. I'll take him. So. I got my team. And I'll post that stuff too. Like if I feel like there's kind of like, listen, I'm trying to go with the most objective people, the people that are trying to put the news out, and of course, give their slant, I suppose. Like, or is that even reasonable to assume that we should be doing that, right? So that's why we do Bare Bones Media, starring Greg on Instagram, and all these people, Kristen and Michelle, sure, all these people, and people that I don't know how to pronounce the names, Heather, Faison, Khan, Muhammad, all these people. And Greg 7, 8, 9. We got a team now. It's like we got a legitimate team of people right now to do anything we ever wanted to. Say between, let's say it's just 10 of us. So between all 10 of us, we have enough brain power and enough heart intelligence to formulate any working plan in any country for anything. Guaranteed. And then we pull in experts as we see fit. Because an environmental problem is slightly different than a political problem. A religious problem is different than, let's say, a health problem. Not all problems are created equal, and we should be triaging these things. And the only way we can triage is to find out what the most pressing problems are that everybody's thinking about. And maybe start with the most divisive ones, like abortion is one that comes to mind. It's very, very divisive in my country, and there's a reason why. It's not very easy to answer these questions based on all the assumptions that we've made throughout a lifetime. So I'm debating whether I should keep going live. Like, how important is this? This is pretty important, right? To keep this going, this dialogue. It should be anyways. Like, I could see if, now Greg's like, he's sending me sleepy emoticons, and maybe Soja here starts sending me like, I don't know, some other emoticon that's not very pleasant. Like a frowny face or something like that. Whatever. You You can only send so many, but there are other emoticons. Look it, I'll show you one. I love this one. It really defines everything that I believe is going on in this world, and it's just a matter of turning that into a smile, you know. So let the sun shine in, you know. Face it with a grin. Open up your heart. Let the sun shine in. So bare bones media, what would it do? Well, does it always have to focus on the fucking negative of life? Okay, there's a lot of negative, and sure, we need to see this, but come on, we need, like, who doesn't like watching puppies wrestle with kittens? Who doesn't like this? Like, who doesn't find this adorable, right? So we mix that in a little bit. Come on. Like, we're only fucking human. Bare bones media. Where everyone's just kind of satisfied that they're getting and giving the coverage that is required. Like, this is a two-way street. It's not like you're going to get something from me. You're not going to get anything from me anymore. No more. You're not getting anything. I've given everything. I've given everything that I had up. So you're not getting anything. So what do we have left? Got ideas. Got a lot of good ideas. But my ideas are shit compared to your ideas. What's your ideas? Well, so why haven't you gotten your idea off the ground? Like, I'm just curious. All right, I can help. Like, what do I want from that? Nothing. Except I want my message to get out. Period. What's that message, Tom? What are you talking about? What's this bare bones media thing that you are trying to describe to everybody? It's about the fucking truth. Right? The truth. What is the truth of it all? So, that's what bare bones media or any kind of project that I'm involved in, me, or anybody I work with, from now on, we work together. No hierarchy. No, I come with more than you do mentality. We work together. Best ideas win. Best ideas. So these ideas have to work. Well, how do they work? Well, I'm glad you asked me, because I've thought these through. I'll list mine off, you list yours. I deal in trade right now, so you don't have to pay me money. Bare bones media, where trade is their only currency. Where trade is the honest, I don't know, trade. So I'll come in and I'll publicize whatever it is that you want me to publicize. And you know, if it's heading in a direction where, like, number one, humanity needs it or desires it for some reason. It's not harming anybody, and basically, what it can be anything. It's like if you're not hurting anybody, then okay, I'm in. If you are hurting somebody or you are hurting the environment, and that counts for like all wildlife and animals and like our air, quality, things like this. These things we don't fool around with. So all reasonable people don't fool around with these things. All reasonable people have a creative, artistic side that they should use more, much, much more, because their life would be better. But there's more than one way to live. There's more than one way. All right, so Bare Bones Media. What's it about? All right, well, I'm going to tell you what it is that I think, I guess, my opinion. Okay, for whatever that's worth, and it's not worth much. And please do not listen to me with any real hope in learning something new. But maybe it might point to something that you might think about. And you'll say, that Tom guy is just talking about the importance of being honest. And I haven't been really that honest lately. Maybe I should be more honest. Or at least live more honestly from now on. At least, at the very least, Just stop hiding, So that's what media does. Like, it shines light on things, exposes the truth or the untruth of any kind of situation. But you could see it by the way people react, Like if you see a police officer and there's like 5 of them kicking one that is in handcuffs already. Like, what the fuck is going on there? There's an inequality. And if that person on the ground that is handcuffed just happens to be a black person, then oh my God, we really have a problem on our hands, don't we? Like, do we want to talk about white privilege right now? Sure we do. We want to talk about anything that points us to the truth of the matter as we see it and why people think the way they think and why we have a president in the United States like we do. And I say we, even I'm not a fucking citizen of the United States, nor do I want to be. It's not something I don't even care about my own Canadian citizenship. So why would I care about being a citizen of your country? You're just an extension of me. And I'm an extension of you. See it for what it is. Not for the borders that you believe in and the ideologies that you subscribe to. You fucking shake your fucking heads. So I think to some degree I'm already talking to people that subscribe to the same opinion, which means that you're in the minority of people. Now we understand this, right? If you, let's say, if you are a dishonest person, you would either try to line yourself up with honest people that aren't smart, That would be a very, very good plan. That works a lot. And I believe to some degree I've been taken advantage of in this way. Never again. But what am I saying? So, bare bones media. Who wouldn't care? Who wouldn't care about providing up-to-date cultural. If I can't say it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it. Culture current. Stick with the root of the word instead of trying to put a "ly" at the end. You're just asking for way too much here. So that's kind of what I would want in whatever news I watch, if I watch news or media. And then, like, the media. Now I want good movies. I want good, like, anything that's put on film, I want to see more of. And I want to see more interactions between people. Because I learn more through that. I don't need a film before live studio audience thing. So now anybody can provide this kind of media, given how bold do you want to be in life? Okay, well, maybe you're not interesting. Maybe that's your interest. Maybe you're a horrible speaker. And maybe that's what you capitalize on. Hi, my name's David. I hate my life. I hate my name. I'm David. Hey, Instagram. I forgot about you. So it's 11:26 a.m. Been on and off Facebook. We have many guests here today, some of which I cannot pronounce. On YouTube, I have what would seem to be are like it's very faint. It's very faint. It's like crickets. Can you hear them? They're in the trees in the background. Very, very faint, but in some way the message is getting out. What is this message? Bare Bones Media, coming to you live 24 hours a day, actually, now that we've got the staffing for it. You know, now that we've explained that everybody, if they just kind of got off their fat asses and recorded something, and if you don't want to record your faces, that's fine. Record it audibly, because that's how we learn. There's plenty of people that are doing it old school radio style, so let's get your fucking voice out there. I prefer to use this media because nothing scares me. You know, I don't care what you think. I care about what you think of me. I care a little bit about Greg. Greg, I care about. I don't care about. Why would I care about you? YouTube. There's nobody there. Crickets. I care about the crickets. So, Bare Bones Media. 24 hours. Not only 24 hours news, but 24. If you wanted to watch an original, there's this one. It's called Mom and Me. There's this one time when Mom and me, we were doing something. It was hilarious. I might pull one of those classics out from my handycam footage. Oh my god, that I went old school on that one, didn't I? I wonder why there's not as many people on Instagram. Like I used to get people follow me all the time, but now they're just kind of what? I think my messaging got a little tiresome. So let's kick this up a notch. I tell you what, I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee, and then I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is I want to say. Exactly.
I put it away or
So, I want my yellow ball back. There's a yellow ball that I left at somebody's place, and they have it. Can you please drop it off? I promise to be cordial, but I would like that yellow ball. If not, you could just drop it off back, if that's okay. My 19 late 80s rally blue 10-speed bicyclette that was stolen from 240 Unit 240 at the Beaumont Motel here in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. Because why? Why would somebody steal my bike? With the quick release on the front, it was a sweet ride. You're right. I bought it for $50 and it was the last form of transportation I had. And now someone else has it. I want it back. Please? No? Okay, you can have it. We're starting from scratch. I got legs. I'll walk. Bare Bones Media. Coming to you live at Starbucks, Riverside Starbucks in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. And I might be moving around a little bit in the next little while because I can't see myself staying in this fucking town. So what would that be for me? Holy cow, with me owing the government as much as I do, 13 grand. Is it more now? Oh, you taxed me on that? Okay, fine. I don't owe anything. And I can't talk to anybody either. Nobody wants to talk to me personally. They shut all those offices down. So they make it very, very difficult for anybody to get any answers. Because why? Because they don't have enough people working for them. And where did all the money go? What's different? Nothing. Nothing's different except that you're just getting fucked a little harder. Without your consent. Which means it's not a good thing. There's like legal terms that describe what that is. Taking as much as you're taking government is not reasonable anymore, right? They can't take anything from me, so I'm just gonna keep talking. Like, if you want to take my passport, here it is. I got my passport. I got everything here. Anything that you want that's of any like value to anybody. I also got a birth certificate. I keep this with me as well. So, and I got a Starbucks card that I use because, quite honestly, it's the only place I feel at home. Because there's people here. No, otherwise I'm just like by myself. And here's my license, right there. I don't know. Bare Bones Media. I tell the truth, and if my truth is different than your truth, I would like to talk to you, for sure. So, Bare Bones Media. I talk to people that have a different way of seeing things than I do. So I want to debate a little and talk and listen both equal. That would be cool. Bare Bones Media. It's where the truth is. Bum 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 bam bam bum 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 bam bam bum 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 bare bones boom 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 boom. Bare Bones Media. Coming to you live from, where's this place? What's this planet called? Penticton. Where the rich get less rich and the poor say, well, fuck it. So it's kind of a fun place to live. Come to you live on Starbucks because the internet's free. My name's Tom Cowles. I'm a 1920s reporter. And I'm 52 years old. No. Hi, my name's Tom Cowles, and my legal name is Tommy Glenn Cowles, and I showed you my birth certificate. I have a social insurance number that I can barely pronounce. Social insurance number. And if anybody wants to know that, it's public record. So that's the number I came into this existence with. Bare Bones Media. Tom Cowles reporting to you live. Canadian citizen and leader of the free world. Prime Minister of Canada. Actor, writer, musician, poet. Doctor, PhD, many disciplines, dishwasher, and currently retired, no possessions, no money. Well, that's not true. He's got about 8 to 10 boxes worth of possessions and no money from the $250 I just got. So, and then who knows? If it's money I need, it kind of rains from the heavens. I like babies. You know? Babies have a way of going about things that I think is pretty cool. It's like, you know what? Just going to take everything in, look around, see what it is these crazy human beings are doing, what they got themselves into, what I need to fix. That's what they think, eh? Babies. They got all the answers. That's true. Be like a baby. Yep. So I guess with my last $50, I'm gonna buy some groceries before I go too crazy on, well, what would I buy? So I really don't need anything until the end of the month. So food is really the only thing that I need. So $50. I have $50 to the end of the month. I can make that last. I can have a banana. And maybe like another fruit of some kind. And then I might get a V8 or something like that. That sounds reasonable. I don't need very much. I wonder if the Prime Minister of Canada is still kicking around. Is he still around? Is he in the back room? Oh, he's in the back room. It's the back room. What does that mean? Well, just tell him that anytime he wants to come out and just kind of relieve me of. Otherwise, I got to send Vinny in here. Fucking Vinny. Talk about the media that will be participating in the next little while. Vinny wants in on it, but I don't know. Vinny, man. I guess I'll listen to you, but you can freely post anything you want for sure. But it's like, remember what we're looking for. We're looking for the truth, right? Vinny, stop staring at me like that, fucker. You don't scare me. Be scared of that baby. Baby's gonna kick your ass one day. Babies see everything. Babies who have good parents see more. Healthy babies, healthy world. If you're not ready to have a baby, don't have a baby. Don't have a baby just for the sake of keeping a relationship together or because you're bored. Know that you can actually raise that baby. That's just one guy's opinion. Bare Bones Media. What should we talk about? Should we be so opinionated? Should we allow all these opinions to rise forth and have dialogue? Like, at least, okay, if you're a radical right, racist, KKK, white sheet wearing, cross burning guy or gal. Let's say you're a gal, because that's even more interesting. Say you're a gal and she wants to put together a video on that of her views. Well, good for her for being able to actually put a face to it, And then we can all just kind of look around us and say, well, is this the face that we want on, let's say, if we think countries still exist, our country? Do we want that face on our country, or our business, or our government, or our religious institution that we subscribe to at that particular time and space? Do we want these people to represent us? These fat-faced, unhealthy people. Unhealthy. Like, okay, there could be a case that I'm not healthy, and that's true. Like, I eat some. If you've ever seen my diet, you would say that that's a little. You don't eat that much, and what you do eat, it's questionable. Well, you don't know me. You don't know my body type. Yeah, I can eat better. More vegetables. I agree. I'm gonna do that more. More nuts too. Nuts, and more nuts. Actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna pick up more nuts because I can get my protein that way, and then just add in a banana here and there. It can last forever this way. I've done it before, and I'm healthy. So, bare bones media. We still want those opinions to come out. We want them to shine forth. We want them to be at front and center to see how ridiculous they are. So, bare bones media, post whatever the fuck you want on my page. It's open. It's an open sourced page. So, if there's anybody out there that's censoring my stuff, it's only Facebook or YouTube or the powers that be. It's not me, because I don't censor anything. So if you're gonna throw it up there, put a fucking face to it. That's one thing. If you're hiding behind some kind of mask or some kind of different name, then maybe we've got a right just to kind of say, hey, you don't have a dog in this fight because you're not putting your fucking name to it. So anybody with an opinion, anybody with an original name has a voice. This is easy. It's very simple. Okay? And I can tell by your Facebook profile, and I can tell by the things that I can tell. You just have to spend like 2 seconds on your Facebook to know. Put it to the test. See, here's the deal, and here's another little secret, and then you'll understand it once I get through the whole thing. The people, like, you can know that working together, a group of people is better than working by yourself or with few people. In general, that's if you can get a number of people to work together, combine skills, talents, combining all of them equally to come up with the best idea for any given situation. If you can find those people to work with, then you're stronger, right? So most likely you're not going to find them in your town because there's very few people that think like you do. Okay, so like we do. All right, so we're talking about these things, and maybe I'm delusional and thinking that these people would really want to even listen to anything I say on Facebook, and it's like it's very real possibility that they're not even there anymore, and that Greg left a long time ago, and the crickets that I'm hearing on YouTube, there's a reason for it. It's because, well, nobody cares about what your message is. But like, I know it's not the case. That's the interesting thing. So the people that you're looking to work with most likely aren't around you because there's not very many people on the planet that can think outside of this box that we've put ourselves in, that we've all bought into, right? So the only way that you can establish contact with others that are like-minded is to put yourself out on a platform like Facebook or YouTube or the internet in some way, and then hopefully because you've used enough glue, some of these things will stick and resonate with other people, and then Facebook goes down again. You know. Super interesting.
all these moms talking about how they're 9-month-olds and they're 12-month-olds. No. And they're like talking about like the central approach to parenting and through all of your refusing to try food.
So I'm going live again on Facebook, went down YouTube. Well, there's no one on YouTube right now. There's maybe one person. I got 2 subscribers. But if you're listening to me on Facebook, there's no reason to listen to me on YouTube. It's the same thing. And Instagram as well. Same. Just the sound's worse, right? If I had more money, I'd put more money into equipment, but I have no money for that. I only have money for food now. Food and whatever else I need to stay alive. So that's where we're at there. Cheers. Oh, and I got money for coffee. So if I have money for coffee, I have money for internet. So Starbucks is my studio. So thank you, Starbucks. Studio Starbucks. For giving me this opportunity. I seen a place, it was kind of a workspace in town. I wonder what they're all about. Next time I'm going to pop in. Could be an interesting thing. I know a lot of bigger cities are coming out with these workspaces. Like Hamilton Public Library has a workspace in their library. It's a really good library. And they got a space there where people can come in and share ideas and start, from scratch. Like it's a legitimate office with, 3D printers and shit like that, and with the latest technologies and ideas. And I don't know, you surround yourself with people like that, and due course, things come together. And most likely it's something that you've never thought of before, but it's just kind of like an offshoot of whatever it is you were doing before, which makes you highly qualified for the position that you are either being asked to do or you want to do. So we got Barbara Cleary here, Uday, and I don't know how to pronounce Farsi, and it doesn't give me the ability to translate live. So my apologies for that, but everybody is equally represented here, especially if they can speak English, or at least go to Google Translate and translate your Farsi or your Chinese or your Japanese into English. And then I wouldn't have to do it. And I really am actually doing quite a bit. My Instagram went down. I'm always trying to maintain a level of consistency without paying money, because I don't have money to buy internet. And I love babies, so that fits in well with whatever I'm talking about on a regular basis. I'm charging my G11 camera right now, and I'm going to be using that much more. And I got footage from this morning, and it's about 20, 30 minutes worth of footage on that camera. And normally it's kind of cool footage. And I got Rick Enns. Rick Enns, I haven't seen him in a long time. I wish he'd come back. I'm talking now, at least, So you can be sure that I'll be saying something, especially when it comes to media. Like if you're interested in live coverage of an event that is covering an event, I'm probably your guy, And there's never a limit to what can be said, because I'm wicked smart, right? So my synapses are firing at a rate that is not measurable by any equipment out there that's that's accessible to us now. There may be technologies out there that we're not aware of that come maybe close to seeing how much you don't know about me and how far my genius extends, but that's enough about me. Hey, so Bare Bones Media, this is my take on the situation. If you just came in and this is the first time that you're hearing about it, it's a 24-hour live coverage of the news at any given time in any given place. So, like, I don't have to do it. And to be quite honest with you, I prefer not to. Like, I want to maybe, in the next couple of months go somewhere hot and then, I don't know, do this 1 or 2 hours a day. And then for the rest of the time, I'm just going to sip margaritas and, like, I'll eat special cookies that are prepared specially for me with all the blends that I like. And maybe do a little scuba diving too, or like snorkeling, and maybe hang out with some women, like girls, like attractive women. And when I say attractive women, I mean women that are attractive in every sense. Like, don't think that you're going to come to my party and just because you have an ample bosom and a beautiful posterior section does not mean that if you come to the party and you're kind of bitchy to everybody, then, well, you'll be asked to leave because now you're not attractive, right? So then the flip side is that, like, maybe you just kind of don't care about yourself anymore, so you don't take care of yourself, or like you're, eating too much, or smoking too much, whatever the fuck it is, and then you're just unhealthy. Well, you're not going to be asked to leave, but please just beware that you're not attractive because you're not taking care of yourself. And if you don't take care of yourself, who would want to, be with you in that capacity all the time, right? So I think we're always looking for somebody who's like, and don't make it about money. Like, those antiquated ways of valuing relationships and where you stand in society, it doesn't work anymore. It can't, because, well, quite honestly, and I've been reporting a lot about this lately, and there's a lot of evidence to assume that we're going to trade. We won't be dealing with the money system anymore. Maybe it's going to be Bitcoin. I don't know. But I know I'm starting from scratch because I'm old. So if we're going to stay in the same system, then I'm old. Okay, like big time. If we change the system, which is what I kind of want because I don't think anything's really working. But if we change the system, then I start from scratch, which means I have all the borrowing possibility. But you know what? I don't deal with banks anymore. Why is that? Well, banks have too much control. They control the government controls you, taxes, government, banks, businesses own governments. They do not work for you anymore. They work for governments. They work for other businesses. They work for whoever's paid them the highest amount to that date. So yes, let's change it, right? So how do we change it? The only way we change it is we change ourselves. Who do we deal with? Who are we listening to? What media are we listening to? So we can listen to like CNN and Fox News go back and forth and keep the argument going and clutter the whole point of whatever they're talking with more evidence and more, lunacy and more buying into the other's story that they're feeding them, and they know it, so they just play it back and forth. They're just trying to confuse the issue. So how do we fix it? We work with people, not with governments anymore, not with business or institutions or religions, or we don't work with these. We work together. We form the best team for the project at hand. So how do we change it? Well, we change it immediately with the right people. We form a team for every situation. So maybe we got David Suzuki heading up the environmental campaign, and he's got like 11 other people working under him. Okay, I trust to a high degree that these people that he has assembled are going to do the very best, at least the very best that they think for humanity. So we deal with the right people. We don't deal with governments anymore. Like if you take a look at the last time, it was the only time in English that they debated. And there's a reason why we don't hear these guys debate, because they sound so illogical and so stupid. Like stupid in the sense that they're not smart. And when I say not smart, I'm saying that they're idiots. And when I say idiots, I don't mean that in a really negative way. I just mean that they don't know very much. They know how to speak French and English, but they don't know how to rule, or not rule. They know how to rule for sure. They know how to rule. They know how to step on people, but they do not know how to operate within a government where they should be more concerned or only concerned about the people and not themselves, and not keeping their jobs, not fulfilling the agendas of the businesses that have bought them. So, and yeah, we get a lot of people working for criminals. Okay, so we got government that's involved in criminal activity. We see that in the United States to a very large degree. It's not just Trump who's involved in, mafia type affairs. Mafia is in government. Mafia is in business. Mafia runs Russia. So if you think that mentality isn't seeping into the collective consciousness of everybody right now, well, just turn on the fucking TV. Maybe plug back into what the masses are watching, because it's sure as hell not getting any better, right? So you can bury your head in the sand, or you can take the steps that are needed to make a difference. And the only way you can fucking make a difference is that you, individual, all of yazals, is do what I do in your own fucking way with the people that are around you, and speak logic and common sense. When someone at the fucking table, and you're having a nice dinner, maybe it's a turkey dinner, maybe it's for something special like Christmas, and then we're all sitting around the table, all of us, for the first time, and maybe a political discussion or a religious topic comes up, and then someone says, "Oh, we don't talk about that around here. Not at Christmas time, for sure. Why would you want to ruin this moment?" Well, let me tell you, you're fucking ruining the moment. Instagram down, must get back. That's the time to talk about things that matter, because you haven't been around each other for that long. So why wouldn't you just get into it? Because you only have so much time. So don't be so right. You don't need to be. The internet back on here, and back in on the conversation if they can hear this. But again, it doesn't really matter. Maybe they got a good lip reader and they can interpret everything that I'm saying. Starbucks Wi-Fi. Coming to you live. I love babies. Be like a baby. Don't know so much. Be like a baby. Don't talk. Oh, you wrote some other stuff, Mavis. Even cops are corrupt. Yes. Well, yeah, but there's some that aren't, right? So we can't put everybody in the same box, but let's face it, the RCMP is a military police, and we were never meant to be run by the military. How is this possible that the RCMP has so much power over our lives? That they can come in and say, well, this is what you can sell and this is what you can't sell. That makes no fucking sense. So we're going to get Instagram back in on this. And thank you, Mavis, for these comments, because you're right. And let's talk about working independently and what that means. I'd like to know what it means for you. So I'll tell you, the last time I worked independently for somebody, I got screwed last time. So why would I do it again if it happens over and over again, right? Well, the system's shit, right? So the system needs to change before I work again. So I deal in trade. And I work independently, yes. So I guess I do work. I work in that, like, I don't get paid for anything I do. In fact, I've spent all my money on what I do. So how can you tax that? I'd love to know how you tax that. Well, they'll find a way. They will find a way because they always do. Work for pure selves. Well, if you're working for just yourself, then that doesn't work either, I don't think. But worth discussing, because you're not the only one who would actually think that way. I'm working for myself. What does that mean? That I just work alone? That I'm an island? That I don't work with other people to get my business off the ground, or whatever that means? Going live on Instagram. There you go. No? We'll notify some of your followers if they don't miss it. Okay, fine. Go. Why are you having problems? So what were we talking about? So I'm pushing today the concept of a new way of thinking about media. And what I'm suggesting is that we subscribe to more media that work independently of any business, organization, or other. Religion, whatever, politics. That the media needs to be separate from all of those for it to be able to cover world issues, any news, and, for that matter, let's just put it all on the table. But it has to have a face to it. So if you're not willing to put your name and your face to your idea, then you don't get a say in the debate, because, well, you're being unreasonable. You don't want to work with anybody. And no matter what happens, you will always be disgruntled, bitter, broken. So, welcome to Bare Bones Media, where we provide our commentary 24/7, with the exception of times where I don't want to, or there's nothing to cover. Still, the connection's not good. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna switch over to Starbucks Wi-Fi. Have a sip of my coffee. So, how do we make a difference in this government and the fact that we have corruption in every organization that's attached to it? How do we start from scratch, or do we salvage some of the bathwater with the baby, and maybe add some lavender and hot water, or at least warm water so it's comfortable, it's not so cold. Maybe some bath salts. Just a suggestion. So going to Instagram now, connected on the internet live. I'm not trying again. It's way too much effort to keep you in on the dialogue. Where were we? So, how do we change it? It's easy. We don't work with them anymore. Them. Who are we talking about? You know who. Take a look at your community. What businesses keep their employees relatively content? Who are doing it better than others? And even with the ones that are doing it better than others, how can they improve? How can we spread the money out, or the influence, or the power, or the wealth out? How do we spread the wealth of everything out so that everybody has more, or at least access to more if they want it? And if they don't want it, then they can do without it. But for the people that want it more, access, acceptance, things like this. Where do we go to get that? Well, I'm suggesting that Bare Bones Media or another place like that might offer some viable solutions to some of your dilemmas that you're facing, because maybe you haven't thought about this angle too much because you've been preoccupied with this other important thing. Fair enough. So it takes a team of people. All right, so who wants to join the team? Well, I've joined a lot of teams, and in my day, the teams that I joined have all won. It's true. I haven't really asked for much for being a part of these teams, but there is value there. And the value is in, I guess, to some extent, not putting too much weight on it because it's only information, but I have information. That's interesting. So where's that valued? Information. Well, it's highly valued, apparently. Different platforms are trying to gain the upper hand on information. Huawei, Apple. The list can really go on. Like, is it okay that everybody has your information? So, like, what are you hiding? That's an interesting question that everybody has to ask themselves. Like, why do you want to keep everything so secret? But like, if you know that a company like Huawei is attached to the military and that they're using it for nefarious purposes as opposed to using it for the good of humanity, well, you might want to second guess, doing businesses with these businesses, because potentially, look into it. Don't, maybe I'm demonizing Huawei for the little information that I have that I think is so precious. And maybe I don't have the information, but I'm going to tell you what I know. And so far, Huawei seems like it's military, And there's a reason to be a little bit leery of the G5 technology that's out there. Like, coming to your neighborhood soon. Is everybody okay with that? That's great. Well, you'll be able to be tracked to a higher degree of accuracy that has never been imagined up until this point. I imagine, because it's a better system. More devices that you add to the equation, the better the coverage is going to be, the better the uploading speed and download speed, and I guess the better the bandwidth it's going to be eventually, right? Where now we're completely integrated into this computer, internet, other frequency paradigm. So that's where we're living, though, right? So let's not pretend that it's not happening, right? So that would be a fool's move to move forward blindly accepting a faith or ideology we know is grounded in like just man's thoughts, grounded in their collective need to control, which has never served us well. Just so everybody knows, if you know anything about history or even your own personal history, look back, put the pieces together. The people that can put the pieces together the best are the ones that are able to see the solutions now. So that means not living in the past. That means living right now. It's not like you don't take into account some of the past. Why would you take that into account? Well, because there's predictors, right? And so far, these predictors are really, to like a really high degree, accurate. But collectively, we can change these overarching huge problems that humanity deals with. One of them is greed. We're way too greedy. We value our things, we value ourselves and our families more than we value others that are even in our general surroundings. It's gotten to the point where it's only a select few that we're going to care about, because there's only so much to go around. That's small thinking, right? So we need to think better. thinking better. Oh, that's a good idea, Tom. What do you mean by thinking better? Anybody could say that. Think better. Okay, well, if it's not working for you right now, change the way you think. So maybe think different. All right. Is that a little more clear to you, Vinny? Well, yes, I guess it's clear, Tom. But, well, fuck you. Who are you to tell me how to think? Okay, Vinny, just hold your fucking horses for a second. Sit down in your chair. You don't scare me. You stop posturing. Don't look at me like that. If you know you've been doing something wrong for a long period of time, and you know that it just kind of makes you a bitter person, if you know that in the long run it's just going to catch up to you and people are just going to find you out in the long run, if you don't change this, if you know this, you know that you're going to die alone, right, Vinny? Right. Doesn't make any sense to continue this charade. And then Vinny went silent for 2 years. That's fine. Maybe Vinny doesn't need to talk as much anymore. Maybe there are people out there that need to talk less, and then there's people that need to talk more. So what I'm suggesting is that use your voice in the way you can right now with the tools that you have that are at my disposal. If they're at my disposal, they're at your disposal. Use one of them, use two of them, use three of them, use all of them. I don't care. So in regards to media, who are you going to go to? Are you going to go to the news coverage that is just towing a party line of some kind? Fox News, where conservatives, where evangelicals meet bankers. How do we get this done together, boys? Well, the evangelicals want more judges. Okay, so they want more influence and power. They want religion to be at the forefront. They think that Jesus Christ is coming again very soon. So, well, Israel's really important to them because the Zionist movement is super big right now in fucking U.S. and it's a bigger group than you would think. You know, it's not just your right, firmly planted KKK wielding nut bars. There are other nut bars in this group, and they're called evangelicals. So everything they do assumes that Jesus is coming in their lifetime again, for some reason, to cleanse the population. Well, who knows? Maybe they're right. You know, those crazy evangelicals. But you know what? This is what makes me think that you're wrong. And just bear with me for 2 seconds while I formulate this thought. I remember there was a time when people thought that Oprah Winfrey was the Antichrist and that she was going to usher in these end times. And I remember this legitimately. About 20, 30 years ago this happened. Obama was one as well. And many guesses throughout my lifetime and others previous to my short existence here, 48 years. And it never happened, right? So you can say, well, it's getting closer, the signs of the times, just read your Bible, read Revelations, maybe a little Ecclesiastes, throw in a little Isaiah there, you'll figure it out, put it together. It's a puzzle, fuck off. Even if it's true that Jesus Christ is going to come again, which is, okay, in the realm of reason, if you believe that anything's possible, sure, maybe that is possible. Jesus will come again. He will reincarnate, and he will usher in a new age, and a new heaven will also. What the fuck? I don't know. Maybe it happens. But most likely, it didn't happen yet, right? Did it happen? Can someone at least just inform me if Jesus comes back, if someone can tell me? Just a heads up. It would be nice to have a heads up on that one. So I can ask him into my heart again. 3 times. No, much more 3 times. 8 times. 8 times. Every summer at camp that I went to camp, Christian camp, I accepted Jesus Christ into my heart 8 times. Thank you very much. It's a record at Camp with Genuine. I wanted it so bad. I wanted to know what the truth was so bad. I blindly accepted the truth that was in front of me. Had some good teachers, though. So, fortunate for this. Where'd they go? Where did my teachers go? I've reached out recently to these teachers of mine, and they're not to be heard of anymore. It's like they fucking gave up. What the hell? That's another thing, I guess. Every time you gotta get up out of bed, right? And then you gotta think, all right, who's working with you and who's working not with you? So all those people that you used to work with and they don't work with you anymore for whatever reason, it could be varied. There's so many reasons not to work with an individual. The list goes on and on and on, right? Find new people, or find people that you haven't worked with in a long time and every time that you've worked with them, it's always come out where everybody wins. So just be open to it, I guess. It's going to be interesting to see where everything goes here from now on. Whether indeed I just I go without like a place to call my home. We'll see if I can actually make a go out of doing the things that I feel are necessary as opposed to what other people think are necessary for me to do for them. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense to anybody? People should get paid for the things that they contribute to society, right? Now, what is this? 24 hours? Like, bare bones news coverage? Are you kidding me? Like, it's not just news, it's entertaining. Wow. And it's 24 hours, and I can get this 24 hours. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. I'll provide this 24 hours. It's not going to be me speaking all the time because you don't want to hear this. I'll put you to fucking sleep. I will. You will eventually fall asleep if you talk to me long enough. You'll give up. You'll say, fuck, this guy talks around fucking circles all the time. I'm done. I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Most people do this. So, thank God there's more people to talk to. Like, you got the Prime Minister of Canada. You got Anne Murray. Anne Murray's going to be joining us very shortly. John Denver from the dead we're going to conjure John Denver's spirit up from the dead, and we're going to have him live. And who knows, he might sing a little ditty that he's been working on. Unlimited guests on this show and unlimited content. So you're welcome Facebook, and you're welcome YouTube and Instagram. Give me more fucking coverage, because I do this 24/7. Like, is there room for a guy that does as much as I do for Canada and the world? Well, Tom, you sound like pretty arrogant there. You probably want to take down the pompous, righteous attitude. I think you're losing a few audience members this way. No, fuck you, Vinny. You don't know fucking squat. Why do you think that you're actually here right now? You have no money. You squandered it all. You thought you were doing well. You thought you were the top of your game, and now you're not. And now you're stuck with me. So Vinny's got to stop, talking as much. It's my show. It's my show, Vinny. No, it's our show. So anybody who wants to come in on this conversation, maybe tie up the live thing on Facebook or YouTube, invite me to come on your show. I'll come on your show. I'll talk on your show. Anytime. This is what we'll do from now on. So anybody who's doing a show, I come on your show. I don't want to do much. My show's boring. My show's shit. I come on your show now. Urbex. I wave. Because you never know. Michelle. Heather. Mavis. I go on your show. You get a show going, and you got a co-host. Rick Enns. I do a show with you. And maybe we have somebody else that comes in. Rick Enns, and then we're gonna take Mavis. Rick Enns, Mavis, and me. That's the new show. Then we talk about stuff. Bare Bones Media. We covered it. Next, we covered all the news in 1 hour for the whole week, and we can take the rest of the week off. You're welcome for the great life that you have. You own all of it. I don't own very much. I don't have anything. You are the fortunate ones. You are the beneficiaries of this great idea. You're welcome. Do your own thing. Oh, come on. I'll be your first guest. I'll be your second guest. I don't care where I fall in. I'll be your last guest if that's the way you want it. Maybe you're so sick of being on the internet and talking with nobody. I'll talk to you. I'm nobody. There's nobody I'd rather talk to than you right now. So, we're live, going on 2 hours, 19 minutes on YouTube. Hasn't cut out yet. Facebook has been cutting out all frickin' day. And also not so great on Instagram, but trying to maintain. Most of my my listeners are from Facebook. So, for the time being, if I just want ideas to get out there, then Facebook is my best bet. But I'll continue to do whatever this is on YouTube, provide that, and I'll continue to do Instagram as long as I got a phone that works. And I'll continue to charge my batteries. So that should be charged now. All right, we're gonna take this down a notch. So if you're here for the first time, welcome to Bare Bones Media, a subsidiary of Bare Bones Theater, not to be mistaken for Bare Bones Politics or Bare Bones Religion. But they are one of the same in the end. All right. So I'm going to look at my coverage here on my, this is the last one. All right. Putting this on my desktop. Okay. I think what we're gonna do now is like I'm gonna call it a day on YouTube. I'm just gonna say goodbye, say my warm farewells. Goodbye, YouTube. It was nice spending time with all one of you. So thanks. And